Have you ever looked down at your legs and wondered if something felt just a little off? Maybe they look more swollen than usual at night, or feel oddly heavy, or your shoes fit differently by evening compared to the morning. Most people over 65 shrug this off as just getting older, never thinking twice about it. But what if the legs are not just supporting you? What if they read trying to save you? What if the quiet changes happening below your knees are warning you about a serious condition long before it shows up in the heart, the chest, or the brain? It may sound surprising, but for millions of older adults, the first signs of danger begin in the legs, not in the places you'd expect. Today, we're going to talk about 3 leg symptoms that doctors say are often missed or dismissed. Symptoms that can quietly reveal exactly what is happening inside your body months or even years before a real crisis hits. These signs might appear subtle at first. A bit of swelling, a patch of skin that looks slightly different, or a pain that shows up only when you move. But ignoring them can shorten your life without you realizing it. And the best part? Each of these signs comes with simple, practical steps you can take at home to protect yourself. Changes that can strengthen your circulation, support your heart, and keep you moving confidently into your later years. Before we dive in, I'd love to know where you're watching from. Are you sitting in your living room, resting after a long day? Are you outside in the fresh air, perhaps sipping your morning coffee? Let me know in the comments. It's always meaningful to see where our community gathers from around the world. And if this video brings you clarity or comfort today, please be sure to subscribe, because your health deserves guidance that is simple, compassionate, and truly helpful. Now, let us begin with the first sign, one that hides in plain sight and can appear months before your heart ever feels strained. Symptom number 1. Have you ever removed your socks in the evening and noticed deep marks left behind on your ankles? Or felt like your feet were puffier, heavier, or tighter by the end of the day than they were in the morning? Many seniors assume this is normal. They think it's from sitting too long, eating a salty meal, or simply being on their feet. And while those things can cause temporary swelling, persistent swelling that doesn't fade overnight is something else entirely. Doctors call it edema, and although the word sounds harmless, what causes it is far from it. When your veins struggle to push blood back up toward the heart, something that becomes more common with age, fluid begins to collect in the lowest parts of the body, the ankles, the feet, and the lower legs. It's like a quiet traffic jam happening inside your bloodstream. Blood moves slower, pressure increases, and the extra fluid seeps into the surrounding tissues. At first, you barely notice it, but over weeks and months, this swelling becomes a sign that the heart may be working harder than it should. The truth is, the legs can reveal heart trouble long before the chest ever does. When the heart is under stress, even slightly weaker than before, the legs are often the first place to show it. The swelling is your body's early whisper. Something isn't flowing right. But for most people, that whisper goes unheard until it turns into shortness of breath, fatigue, dizziness, or a sudden emergency that could have been prevented. The good news? There are simple habits that can dramatically improve circulation and support your heart, starting today. One of the most effective is something cardiovascular specialists now call the 2-0-3-0-3 routine. It's incredibly simple. For 20 minutes a day, elevate your legs above the level of your heart. Not on a footstool, that's too low. You want to lie down, place 2 or 3 pillows under your calves, and let gravity help blood flow back toward your chest. Even seniors with weak circulation feel relief within days. The next piece is reducing hidden sources of sodium, not just table salt, but things like canned soups, packaged snacks, frozen meals, and processed meats. Most seniors don't realize they consume 2 to 3 times more sodium than they think. And salt pulls water into the tissues, worsening swelling and adding stress to the heart. Simply switching to low-sodium versions of your favorite foods or choosing fresh ingredients can lighten strain on the body almost immediately. And finally, there is a simple test you can do each morning. Press your thumb gently into your shin for 3 seconds. If the indentation stays for more than 5 seconds, your body is showing fluid buildup that deserves attention. Not panic, but awareness. This small moment of checking in with yourself each day can literally keep you out of the emergency room. Swelling doesn't have to be frightening. It's only dangerous when it's ignored. When you understand what it means and respond early, the legs can help protect your heart long before any life-threatening symptoms appear. In a moment, we'll explore the second sign, a visual change in your skin that many seniors dismiss as aging, but that could signal a circulation emergency in slow motion. Stay with me, because this next one is something everyone over 65 should know. Symptom number 2. Have you ever caught yourself brushing your hand along your lower leg and noticing that a particular area feels strangely cool, even though the rest of your skin is warm? Or maybe you've looked down and seen a patch of skin that looks a little too pale, or perhaps more bluish or reddish than it used to be. Most people glance at it, shrug, and go about their day. Thin skin, they say. Poor lighting. Probably nothing. But for many adults over 65, these small changes in temperature and color are not cosmetic at all. They are signals, quiet, subtle, and easy to miss, that your circulation may be changing in ways you cannot feel yet. You see, your body is extraordinarily intelligent. The skin is not just a protective layer, it's a messenger. When blood flow decreases to a certain area, the first thing that changes is color and temperature. Blood brings warmth, oxygen, nutrients, and life to every cell. So when your calf or foot begins to turn cooler than the other leg or develops new discoloration, it is not simply a matter of dry skin or age. It is your body quietly trying to get your attention long before anything becomes urgent. Doctors refer to this as a possible early sign of peripheral artery narrowing, a buildup of plaque inside the arteries that slowly restricts blood from flowing freely into the legs. This condition doesn't strike suddenly. It builds over time, month by month, year by year, until one day it crosses the line from subtle to dangerous. What makes it so serious is not just the impact on the legs, but what it reveals about the rest of your circulatory system. If the arteries in the legs are beginning to narrow, the same thing may be happening in the arteries near the heart, the kidneys, or even the brain. And without realizing it, these tiny changes in your legs can be warning you about something far more significant. What makes this symptom especially tricky is that it rarely comes with pain at first. Your legs don't throb. They don't burn. They don't itch. They simply change, quietly, in how they look or feel. Many seniors never notice until someone else points it out. And even then, it's easy to minimize. It's probably just aging. I must have slept funny. Or maybe the room is cold. But those small cold patches or changes in color are signals that circulation is struggling, a message the body gently delivers before the more serious symptoms ever arrive. Fortunately, recognizing this early gives you a tremendous advantage. You can begin supporting your circulation long before it becomes a crisis. One of the best places to start is with awareness. Each day, take just 30 seconds to look at your lower legs, your ankles, and your feet. Are both legs the same shade? Does one area look more pale, more blue, or more red than the other? When you gently touch the skin, does it feel equally warm on both sides, or does one spot feel noticeably cooler? These small self-checks can become one of the most powerful habits you cultivate for your long-term health. Another helpful step is stimulating blood flow with simple daily movements. You don't need special equipment or intense workouts. Just gentle, consistent actions that help wake up the blood vessels. Try performing slow ankle rotations, pushing and pulling your toes, or extending each leg one at a time while seated. These movements help the veins pump blood upward and encourage the arteries to widen and deliver more oxygen. Over time, this can strengthen the very pathways your legs depend on. And don't forget the power of nourishing foods. Dark leafy greens, brightly colored berries, citrus fruits, and healthy fats like those found in olive oil can support your arteries, helping them stay more flexible and less prone to narrowing. Even small nutritional changes can make a surprising difference when done consistently. The key message here is simple. You do not need to wait until something hurts to take your body seriously. Pain is often the last signal, not the first. The early whispers come in the form of temperature shifts, color changes, and subtle sensations you only notice when you slow down enough to look. In just a moment, we'll move on to the third sign, one that often appears while you re-walking, shopping, or running errands. It's a symptom many seniors dismiss until the day it becomes impossible to ignore. But when recognized early, it offers one of the most powerful chances to change the course of your health. Symptom number 3. Have you ever stepped outside for a walk feeling perfectly fine, only to notice a dull ache slowly tightening in your calves after a short distance? Maybe you pause, pretending to check your phone or admire a tree, and within a minute or two, the pain fades away. Then you start walking again. And like clockwork, the ache returns. Many seniors tell themselves it's just old age, stiff joints, or not being as active as they once were. But this stop-and-start pain pattern, especially when it appears only during walking and disappears with rest, is much more than tired muscles. It's a sign that your legs are struggling to get the oxygen they need. Doctors call this condition claudication, a word that simply means limping due to lack of blood flow. When the arteries in your legs become too narrow, blood can't reach your muscles fast enough during activity. At rest, the amount of blood is enough, so you feel no pain. But the minute your muscles need more oxygen, they send out a distress signal, that burning, tightening, cramping sensation in your calves or thighs. It is not weakness. It is not age. It is a direct message from your circulation, asking for help. What makes this symptom particularly concerning is that it doesn't just reflect what's happening in your legs. It often mirrors what may be happening in arteries elsewhere in the body. The same narrowing that restricts blood flow to your calves may also be developing in the arteries leading to your brain or your heart. In fact, research shows that people who experience this walking-related pain have a significantly higher risk of stroke or heart complications within the next few years if nothing is done. That's why this symptom is sometimes called a walking warning sign. But here's the hopeful part. Catching this early gives you more control than you may realize. The human body is incredibly adaptive. With the right habits, your legs can form new tiny blood vessels to bypass the blockages, a natural process known as collateral circulation. And one of the best ways to stimulate this healing process is through a special kind of walking routine that encourages the body to expand and reroute blood flow safely. For many seniors, just a few minutes a day of structured, mindful walking can create a measurable improvement in oxygen delivery, leg strength, and overall confidence. Another powerful tool is nutrition. Certain foods help reduce inflammation inside blood vessels and soften plaque over time. Adding foods like fresh garlic, walnuts, blueberries, leafy greens, and olive oil to your meals a few times a week can create long-term benefits for arterial health. These foods don't work overnight, but much like walking, consistency builds change. The goal is to gently support the arteries so they stay open, flexible, and capable of delivering the nourishment your legs depend on. It's also incredibly helpful to avoid foods that worsen plaque buildup. Highly processed oils, packaged snacks, excessive sugar, and heavy fried foods can create inflammation in the bloodstream that accelerates arterial narrowing. The good news? You don't need to overhaul your entire diet. Making even small, steady changes can lead to meaningful improvements over months and years. Now, Before we conclude, it's important to bring everything together. The swelling that doesn't go away, the cold or discolored patches on the skin, the pain that appears only while walking, none of these are random signs. They are early messages. Quiet warnings sent by your body long before something serious happens. Many people don't realize that leg symptoms often appear years before heart problems, strokes, or severe circulation issues ever surface. The body doesn't suddenly fail. It whispers, it nudges, and then it warns. The tragedy is that most people don't know how to read these signals until it is too late. But today, you do. You've learned how to recognize the changes, what they may mean, and the steps you can take to respond early. Small daily routines like elevating your legs, shortening long periods of sitting, walking with purpose, checking temperature and color differences, and adding circulation-friendly foods to your meals can help protect not only your legs, but your entire future. And that brings us to the most important message of all. Your legs do not simply carry you from place to place. They carry your freedom, your independence, your ability to explore, to visit loved ones, to enjoy the world around you. So when they speak, even softly, they deserve your attention. If you've noticed swelling that doesn't go away, areas that feel colder than usual, or pain that appears only while walking, take it seriously. Make the small changes. Talk to your doctor. Listen to your body now so you don't face a crisis later. Before we end, I want to ask you one gentle question. Which of the 3 signs surprised you the most today? If this video gave you something new to think about, type "I'm listening" in the comments. Because listening, truly listening, is the first step toward a healthier, longer, and more confident life. If you found this helpful, please like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And if you know someone whose legs have been trying to tell them something, share this message with them. You never know. It might be the knowledge that saves their life. Take care of your legs. Take care of your heart. And above all, take care of yourself, starting today.